Hey guys, so recently you can see the dirt on my face from working today. That's hilarious. I want to start us off this video that someone I truly care about, someone that I love, has recently told me that they hate me. And something that they taught me, which is kind of a little bit of irony, is that you don't need to hate anybody. They use the words dislike. I don't even use that. Now, to the point is, when you love somebody, they become a part of you. And she is a part of me. For better or worse, for sickness and health, all that nonsense, she is a part of me. And, but when you say you... Sorry, someone's calling through. Work phone. When you hate somebody, you still let them into your being. When you dislike somebody, you're still letting them in, even though it's a little bit smaller. There's people I work with, there's neighbors, friends, this and that, family, that I don't get along with, but I don't hate them ever. I don't hate them, I don't dislike them, I don't go out of my way to avoid them or anything like that. There's no malice or anger or distaste or disdain even. There's none of that nonsense. They are either there or not there. They don't have any part of my life. So when you hate somebody, they become a part of your life, whether you like it or not. And they take up a portion of your mind, a part of your heart, something like that. And same with dislike. This is a smaller portion, and we don't really need that kind of negativity. Like, I'm all about being positive and whatnot. And there it is. And I'm all about growing, healing, things of that nature. Now, recently, I bought this book. Yes, I can read. And it was because it went on the had a quote in it. I saw it on Instagram, the gram of Insta, and when it says, when you love somebody, you will always love them. Like, when you truly love somebody, you always love them. Now, I'm paraphrasing. There's an exact quote in here, obviously, that goes along those lines. And I read that on Instagram. I'm like, you know what? This is a book I need to read. Now, it is about moving on. And it says moving on isn't easy. Damn right. And it's by M. Sosa. And this is in the view of a woman. And at the back, someday you'll forget what missing him is like. Someday you'll forget what missing him feels like. Kind of powerful words right there. Now, I still miss her. Always will. But in my mind, over time, you will just, you know how you get used to certain kinds of pain, certain kinds of upset, and when it comes around again, you're just like, whatever. So there's times where I miss her, and it overpowers me. There's times where I miss her, and it doesn't overpower me. It's just like I acknowledge it, and then I move forward. And I guess that's a learned, you just kind of have to work through things. So yeah, she hates me. To me, big deal. It is what it is. I still love her, and I still wish her the best. I still hope that all of her dreams come true, and that the man that's in her life, I want to say whether that's real or not, I don't really care. It's none of my business, and I just hope that he is able to fill her heart up and have it overflow with love. Give her everything that she desires. That is my wish. If I could have a wish. And this is me not holding on to anything, which is important. This is me not holding on to anger or upset or anything like that. Yes, I do miss her. Yes, it does, and this is kind of I want to say counterproductive, but it's wrong terminology. Not counterintuitive either. It's just sorry, lack of a better word. This whole situation is difficult. I chased her for almost 10 years, and I went down to the U.S. to win her back and everything like that. There's a whole lot of stories, some of which I can't remember, some of which I do remember. My journals, what my friends have told me, everything. It's just chaos. And at the end of the day, she's chosen to be without me, which is cool, absolutely cool. And I've been looking to find my own answers and whatnot, because every time she came into my life, there'd be a moment where I wasn't good enough, or I was useless, or I wasn't what she wanted, or things didn't go her way, or something like that. And I'm not saying anything against her. And I used to take that as I was not good enough, I was useless, it's my fault. And this book talks about that it's okay that you weren't enough for them, but it's important to be enough for you. That you may have been useless to them, but you are not useless. You may have been the person that they did not want, but you are still wanted and you are still loved. That goes into a lot of things, and it kind of like realigns your thinking, your brain, in a positive note. And it talks about, hey, it hurts now, it may hurt later, but eventually it won't hurt, and you will still have the pain, but you'll be able to acknowledge it. Kind of like, how do you say, like when you're sore one day, but the next day you're fine. And over time, like say working out, you got to use the moving on muscles, and over time you'll build up an immunity to the pain. So that's what I'm looking for. I don't need to move on. I don't really care. I've already had enough nonsense in my life. I really have. And I'm good enough as I am. And there's a ton of things that I want to do that I could have done with her, but she has decided to cut me out, and I'll move on. And that's not because I'm not good enough. It's not because I'm useless. It's not because I'm not what she wants. It's because her idea of me has changed significantly. And I have spoken to her, and the last time she was in my life, everything, the way she would speak, how she spoke to me, things of that nature, and how she acted were way different than what I could remember, and they weren't even close. So I took all of that in consideration, and how it all ended the last time we spoke, not the last time, but the last time before this last time. I know it's confusing, right? There's a bunch of things, but mainly she said we need a big break. And in my mind, if you love somebody, you're going to be with them. And she wanted me to do this and do that and everything else. And my plans are way different. Like, I'm not going to sell my house for lots of reasons. And the main reason is because this is my mom's house and my house. If anything, my mom's going to live on the top floor. I will move out eventually, and we'll rent out the bottom floor. And then there will just be 2 spare rooms. It's not a big house. It sounds big, but it's not. There'll be a bedroom downstairs, a full kitchen, and then an entertainment room for them, or like just an extra room. And at one point, as I said before in this, I was willing to go down to the U.S. and I would have done anything because I loved her that much. I didn't care whatever it was. I would have paid the price, whatever it is. I would have worked it out and then figured it out. That's what love is about. And being as I went down there to see her and she wanted nothing to do with me, that was part of my choice when I came back to work through it. And this is years and years ago. And there's a lot of nonsense too. I'm not going to even go into detail. And there's good and bad on both sides. I'm not trying to pretend like I'm all innocent here. I just the whole point of this is in life we need to move forward, and the pain of a past relationship is can hinder you. And moving forward is everything in life. So that's what I want to do. I want to get back to building, because it's been like 10 years where I was chasing her, spending all my time trying to work things out, get things going, and I could have done so much in that time. So that's what I'm trying to figure out now. And part of that, which is the irony, is she says she hates me, or she says she dislikes. I don't have any feelings of malice, like there's nothing whatsoever in that regard, because I don't need to hold on to that, because I don't even need to feel that way. If someone cuts me off in traffic, I don't even get angry. I might be silly and make fun of them a little bit, or be like, come on, you can do it, and something like that, because it's comedic for me. But I don't get mad. It's even at work, with the guys at work, or if we have a disagreement, as soon as that disagreement's over, if we haven't come to a compromise or haven't talked about it or anything like that, I'm already letting it go. I'm moving on. Like, I'm too old to get butthurt over anything, or to start more drama. If anything, I'm going to tease you guys. I'm going to have fun with anybody that I work with. I'll talk to you about anything you want. And but as soon as it gets dramatic, like, I'm like, you know what? I'm peace out. That's it. See ya. Done. And if I'm unable to work with anybody, or unable, well, that works. But I just say, hey, see you later. I will give them the space, the breathing space, and that's how I feel about any past relationships that didn't work out, including this one. Like, I'm not going to look her up on social media. I'm not going to do anything to antagonize her or upset her in life. Like, yeah, I might talk about her here, but I'm not going to say her name or anything like that. So it could be anybody. And that's that. Like, and the whole reason why I do this is because of her. And the whole reason probably why she hates me is because I do this. Had she called me up when I got hurt or something like that, things would be really different. But she couldn't even do that. Like, how hard is it to call somebody, block your number, or use a burner phone, or whatever the heck those things are, or even like a pay phone, or use a voice over IP call or something like that. Like, you don't need, or online chat, or voice chat, or visual chat, or whatever it is. There's 1,000 things you can do so that the person can't contact you back, but at least you made the effort to contact that person. And like, I had the concussion, and she never messaged me back, and I was going nuts, like literally losing my mind, because I wasn't sure what was real, what wasn't real, and I couldn't figure out like who. And then people had passed away that I didn't know had passed away, and it was just all sorts of, like, I was all over the place. And then I was angry, I was upset, I was like crying, and like all over the place at work, because I couldn't make sense of so much. So, very happy to be reading this book, and I'm going to figure things out. That's it. So the reason why I made this is because, yeah, you might hurt from somebody, but don't let that hurt turn into hate. Don't let that hurt be dislike. If you are hurt, let them do them, and let you do you, and work on healing who you are, healing your being, because you are a diamond. You are somebody who is important, who is valuable, who is useful, who is enough. You are that person. So you need to be that person. And the only competition in your life should be the person you were yesterday. And that's how I feel. Like, I look at in the moment who I am right now, and I'm like, okay, how can I better myself? How can I be a positive person that somebody would be able to look up to, somebody would want to talk to, somebody would want to spend time with? And that's how I live my life. I don't care about the negativity. I don't care about the hate or dislike or anything like that. And if the love of my life wants to hate me, she can go ahead. It's fine with me. Yeah, my feelings are hurt. I will get over that. I will get past that. I will move on from that. And that's it. So I find my ways on how to cope with it. For me, sometimes it's singing in the truck all by myself, making these videos talking to myself, which is quite hilarious. And I get through it like that. And again, she's the one that got me to do this way, way, way back when. And the irony and the funny part of it, I find it comedic, is that she hates it now. So we all change over time, and I'm sure she loved me once, but that was a long time ago. And I wish her the best in her endeavors, her dreams. I hope they all come true, as I said before. I have no malice, no hate. I want to make sure that I'm bringing this across. And I did try to hate her once. I did try to like use that as a means to move on from somebody. And it does not work. Because again, like I said earlier in this video, they are still occupying a part of your heart. The best thing you can do is love them and let them go. And if they choose to come back, then that means they want to be a part of your life. And that is everything. I let her go the last time, and she did not come back. When she said she wanted a big break, I said, no problem, you can have it. And that's it. And at the same time, and I still do this, I made those videos every 23rd of the month, whatever it is, and I make those videos to say, hey, how's it going, what's up, I hope that you're safe, secure, and protected. And I make those videos just so that she knows that I still love her, still care about her, and it gives me peace. So I wait all month and I do that stupid video, that silly video, but it makes me feel better. And in a matter of speaking, I'm just letting her know, like, hey, you can hate me if you like, but I will always care for you, and that's it. You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to do anything at all, and I will keep my word, my promise to you. So that's it, guys. If you can get a little bit of wisdom out of this, I hope you can. And I'm going to keep on keeping on, and I'm keeping moving forward, finding wisdom where I can. And the people in our lives we're always going to love, but it's what they occupy that is you determine. And I am determining that all the goodness that was between us will stay good. And all as far as all the negative, it's nothing to me. It's dust in the wind. So, peace out, guys.